So I had a lot of questions about the Bark River sheaths. I started looking online at DLT Trading, and they seem to have the most sheaths, but for the two knives that I generally use, which is a Littenbroer and a Gunny Hunter, they're very similar in size. They're almost exactly the same length, maybe a quarter of an inch at the tip, but they're the Gunny Hunter's a little bit wider of a blade, and so the Gunny Hunter came with actually came with this sheath here, and it fits nice. You have to push it down in there really stiff. The only issue I had was the belt loop is way up here, so when it mounts on your hip, it sits down low. It hits the seat belt, it hits everything when you're sitting down. My Littenbroer came with this sheath, which is a small little, I guess, boulder sheath, but the Gunny Hunter actually fits in it as well. So if you guys are wondering if they're interchangeable, yes they are. And so I ended up buying another sheath to go with it. Now this is a B sheath, and the issue I was asking them when I called is, I see A sheath, B sheath, C sheath, even a D sheath, and I'm like, what does the letters mean? And the guy says, well, it's the sizes. And I said, well, do you have like a list you can email me or something to show what the sizes of sheaths are, because I don't know what knife fits in them. And he said, well, you're probably for the Gunny Hunter, with this one, he says you're probably going to want to go with a C sheath. And the size difference, when you start looking through them, now they've added some descriptions since I last called. It's about 6.5 inches long, I think it was, most of them, but the B sheath is 1.25 inches wide from front to back. The A sheath is 1.35, I think it was. It's a little bit wider, but they're about the same length. And then they go C sheath, the D sheath is even smaller yet. It's 1 inch wide, and so on. So if you guys are looking at the sheaths and wondering what is the A, the B, the C, you read the descriptions now on the bottom and they tell you, but I can tell you, because I just got it in the mail right now, that it fits in there, but it hits that little extra strip, and it just hits right there. And I am having to push and work that sucker into it. So I like the length. I like that it'll sit higher on the hip than the OEM sheath that comes with the Gunny Hunter. I wanted the ferrule rod. That's why I did that. I played in the meantime and made myself this. It hasn't been colored yet, but I'm not a leather guy, but I just took a stab at it, and I put a little tab on there so that it won't cut into it when it goes in the sheath. And it actually snaps in. I wet formed it. But this one wears cross on the front, so it's a cross draw. And it actually works pretty nice. I left myself a little extra belt loop room, so if I wanted to sit up or when I sit down, it bends with me. So it was really hard to find a good cross draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leather tool and gouge that out a little bit and see if I can trim that off so that the knife will go in there a little better. And we will see how it goes after that. Won't be returning it after that, but we will see how it goes. Taking a little bit of that on the inside, but I don't want to get near the threads at all. But I do want to take some of that liner out of there and see how it fits. So let's get the Gunny Hunter out there. And now that I got rid of that edge, oh yeah, look at that. It goes in there really nice up till there where I haven't gouged it out. So if you guys are wondering if it'll fit, as soon as I get the rest of that worked out and this softens up, I'm sure it'll fit really nice. but it got rid of that, that rim where it catches. So once I gouged the rest of that out, it should fit pretty good, and I still left myself plenty of room between the stitching and the little extra welt, I guess you'd call it, between the layers so that you don't cut into the stitching. So I hope that explains some of the sizes that I came across on the website that I had questions about myself, and it took me a while to figure it out. I really love the Gunny Hunter. It is a perfect size. Thanks, guys. Hope you have fun.